Hey YouTube, Estacado 5000 here. What's up? Here's another retro deck profile. It's called Evil Heroes. So here we go. We got 2 Elemental Hero Avion, 2 Elemental Hero Bersernatrix, then you got 2 Elemental Hero Clayman, then you got 2 Elemental Hero Sparkman, 1 Elemental Hero Wildheart, 1 Elemental Hero Neos Alias. Then you got 2 Elemental Hero Prisma. Prisma's effect is when it's on face up on the field, once per turn, you can reveal 1 fusion monster from your fusion deck and send 1 of the fusion material monsters listed on that cards from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, when this is on the field, you can reveal, for example, like a Infernal Wing or Malicious Fiend or stuff like that. Send that 1 of the materials from the deck to the graveyard, and this monster becomes the same name of that monster that was sent to the graveyard. So it's pretty cool. Then you got 1 Elemental Hero Stratos, which can search out the Prisma, like 1 of the Elemental Hero monsters, Avion, Sparkman, Clayman, Bersernatrix, Neos Alias, Wildheart. So you got a lot of options. This can even search out the Malicious Edge and the Infernal Prology, whatever it's called. So it's pretty cool. Then you got free Evil Hero Malicious Edge. So what this card does is, if your opponent controls a monster on the field, you can summon this with 1 tribute. So this is where this card comes into play. Like, when you have no monsters on the field, you have these 2 in your hand. Here's what you can do. Special summon this, because Infernal Prology's effect is, if you control no monsters on the field and your opponent has one on the field, you can special summon this from your hand. Then, since your opponent controls a monster, you contribute this monster to summon Malicious Edge from your hand onto the field. And Malicious Edge inflicts damage piercing when it attacks a defense position monster. And if your opponent's defense position monster has lower defense points than Malicious Edge's attack points, the difference comes out of your opponent's life points as damage. And during the end phase, if this card was tributed for a summon of an Elemental Hero, a Destiny Hero, or Evil Hero monster, you could draw 1 card. So it's pretty cool. And then you got 1 Neospatial Grand Mole. Basically, this monster's effect is, when this is on the field, when this attacks on an opponent's monster, both Neospatial Grand Mole and that monster go back to the owner's hands. And this is used for the Evil Hero Dark Gaia fusion, obviously. Then you got 1 Gores to wrap up the monsters. Okay, now for the spell cards. Hold on one sec. Just gotta straighten things out. Okay, now we got the spell cards. Free Dark Fusion. Basically, this is like one of the main components of the build. You use this, you send the materials listed for the fusion monster you're going to summon to the graveyard and special summon that monster. And the turn it was fusion summoned through this effect in Dark Holland, that monster is protected from any spell, trap, or monster effects for that turn only. So that's pretty good thing about it is, because basically, especially if you get like Dark Gaia out onto the field with Dark Fusion, it gains a 1 turn immunity from anything. Any effects like spell, trap, monster effects. It's insane. It's unbelievable. Then you got 2 Dark Holland. Basically, this is like the Miracle Fusion for Evil Heroes, obviously. You remove the materials from your hand or graveyard from play, I think. And you special summon an Evil Hero fusion monster that fits the requirements. So it's pretty cool. Then you got 1 Future Fusion for like Divine Neos, obviously, over there. That's why the Future Fusion's in here. Then you got free Emergency Call. Then you got 2 Oversoul. Then you got 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Giant Trunade, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Natural Tune. This card is, you select 1 level, face-up level 4 or lower normal monster you control. It's treated as a tuner monster. So you can use like Sparkman, Clayman, Avion, or Bersernatrix and turn him into like a tuner monster. You can go into, and you can sync that and another level 4 monster, go into like a Stardust Dragon or whatever. So it's pretty cool. Then you got 1 Swords of Real and Light to wrap up the spell cards. Now for the trap cards, you got 3 Solemn Judgments, 2 Fret and Roar, and then 1 Mirror Force. So now for the fusions. You got 1 Evil Hero Infernal Wing. This one inflicts damage to your opponent's life points equal to the attack or defense of the monster that it destroys in battle, whatever one is higher. Then Lightning Golem's effect is, it can destroy 1 monster on the field once per turn, as long as this card's face up on the field. Then you got 1 Evil Hero Dark Gaia. Now, this is one of the most scariest of the Evil Hero fusions, basically. If you think Malicious Fiend was scary, this is more worse because what this does is its attack and defense points are determined by the materials of the monsters used to summon him. So, for example, if you were to use, like, for example, this and Neospatial Grand Mole as fusion materials with either Dark Fusion or through Dark Calling, this monster is like a 4,400 attack point monster. And its other effect is, when this attacks one of your opponent's monsters, basically all your opponent's defense position monsters are changed into attack mode, and their flip effects are not activated at all. So this is pretty nasty because you can inflict close to 4,000 points of damage to them. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And also, it could still be powerful even if you just use, like, Malicious Edge or Gores with the Grand Mole. It could still become, like, a 3,500 attack point or a 3,600 attack point monster, respectively. So you still got a lot of options. So it's pretty cool. That's the good thing about that monster. You know what I mean? So, and then the Evil Hero Wild Cyclone. Its effect is, this basically prevents your opponent from activating spell traps when it attacks your opponent. And then, if this inflicts battle damage to your opponent's life points, every spell and trap card on their side of the field is destroyed. So, it first has an Ancient Gear Golem effect when it attacks, and then it has like a Harpy's Feather Duster if they inflict damage to your opponent. If this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points. Evil Hero Infernal Sniper. Basically, this is immune to any spell cards, and as long as this is in defense mode, once per turn, your opponent loses 1,000 life points. So, it's pretty cool. Then you got Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. This is another good fusion monster. Basically, during your opponent's battle phase, all monsters they control are changed to a face-up attack position, and each monster they control must attack this monster. So this has like a volcanic doomfire effect, basically. So when your opponent goes into their battle phase, when this is on the field, your opponent has to attack this monster. So they may as well not go into their battle phase at all. So it's pretty cool. Then you got one Elemental Hero Divine Neos. That's why the Future Fusion's in the build. In order to summon this, you have to at least use like a Neospatial Grand Mole, no Neospatial monster, a Destiny Hero monster, Elemental Hero monster, or an Evil Hero monster. At least one of them for fusion material. So it's pretty cool, a good monster. Then for the Synchros, you got Goyo Guardian, Black Rose Dragon, Dark Strike Fighter, Stardust Dragon, Far Rule Archfiend, Red Dragon Archfiend, and then, last but not least, Colossal Fighter. So that's the build. Hope you all enjoy. More videos coming soon. Later, guys.